Hey guys, so I have a message that I have to share. It is definitely something that if you were to ask me what my one of my biggest pet peeves is, this has always been one of them. Um, I'll give it a second for this to connect. Hold on a sec. Okay. Anyway, so this has always been one of them. One of my biggest pet peeves in life are women who, and this is just an example, but are women who tell me that they don't have the money or the resources to make whatever happen, whatever they're complaining about, actually happen. But they have perfectly manicured nails. I don't understand. So you have the money. Now, see, I have manicured nails, but I do this shit myself. And I'm not complaining about not having money. So there's that. You have the money and the resources to get to the nail salon every week and spend, I don't know, $30 or $40 to get your French tips or your acrylic nails done, but you don't have enough money to pay for a gym membership or build your business or invest in yourself or do whatever the hell it is that you're complaining about. I don't understand. And this has always been one of my biggest pet peeves. I cannot handle that. Like I don't get it. Um, I understand that you may like to get your nails done and you may think it's fun and it may make you feel good about yourself. And that's fine, and to each their own. If you don't want to give up that expense, that's your choice. But then you should stop running around complaining about how the fact that you do not have enough money or the resources to pay for the things that you specifically want or need. Okay? That's what I don't understand. How many times do you see this? Think about it. You see people who are eating out fast food every single day, but bitching that they don't have enough money. That they don't have enough money to go to the gym. They don't have enough money to up level their business. They don't have enough money to eat healthy. Really? Like you don't have enough money to do that, but you have enough money to go spend $10 in the drive-thru 3 times a day. Explain that to me. Like, let's be logical, guys. Um, Here's the reason I think about this and the thing that pops into my mind. Again, whatever decision you make is your decision, and that's fine. But don't go around bitching and moaning and complaining about the money that you're lacking and the resources that you don't have, which is typically money. Like resources sometimes cost money. Don't bitch and moan and complain about that. And then go spend all of this unnecessary money. If that's a choice that you make, that's fine. Your choice. Have at it, do you. No worries. But don't run around filling the air with all of these things that are negative and all this bitching and moaning and complaining. All those are is excuses. And when you give me an excuse, but then you spend $40 a week on your nails, it's not an excuse. Like, stop talking. Like, there is no such thing as excuses. We all know that. We've heard it a million times. But the thing that kills me is when people bitch and moan and complain for no reason. And they're just too blinded to open their eyes and see that. Like, you have all of this extra money that you could be spending on the things that you're complaining about not being able to afford. Like, let's be serious, guys. I mean, I don't get it. And I know this is a little ranty, which I'm typically try not to be very ranty anymore, but I cannot help it. I cannot help it. Um, it just blows my mind. It's my number one pet peeve. I actually have a girlfriend of mine when I was younger. Don't get me wrong. When I was younger and I had like barely any responsibilities or barely any expenses, I used to go get my nails done every week. Absolutely. Manicures and pedicures every week. No big deal. But I had the money to do it. And the difference is I didn't bitch and moan and complain about what I couldn't afford at that time. But I remember one day a girlfriend of mine, her boyfriend at the time, calculated how much money she was spending every year on getting her nails done. And it came out to be like, I don't really think. It was like $750. Now, granted, this was like 10 years ago, so I know that shit's gone up. But like $750 worth of nails. Like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, and when you look at it that way, like, think about those little tasks. That's what I want you guys to really get from this, is think about those little things that are not necessary that you're spending money on, and that shit adds up. So if there's something in your life that you're saying you want to do or accomplish, but you don't have the money to do it, why don't you think about Why don't you think about all of these little luxuries that you're giving yourself that may not be necessary for you? How much money could you save literally each month if you got rid of that bullshit that's unnecessary? I had this conversation with someone one time and she goes, but I can't paint my own nails. Okay? There's like 100 tutorials on how the best way to paint your own nails. I'm sure your mom would paint your nails. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but like, legit. I used to love getting my nails done. I get compliments actually when I do my videos. People are like, oh, your nails always look so nice. Well, let me show you something. Bam. Bam. I do them. I want them to look nice. I do it myself. I'm like, fuck that. I'm not going to spend $1,000 a year on my nails. It's not that important to me. I have other things I'd rather spend $1,000 on than fake nails. But anyway, again, guys, like, to each their own. Please don't get this twisted. But my fact of the matter is think before you complain. Like, think before you complain and really put some actual thought into what you're saying, because you have no room to sit here and say, oh, I have no money, I can't do this, I can't do that. Well, of course you can't, because you just said that. If you really, really want to do it, you'll figure out how. And this is just a prime example of a way that you can make it happen. I have some stuff. Let me read this really quick. Gemma, yeah, I giggled a little bit when I said that. Let's see. You guys are awesome. I'm glad you guys agree, because it's just one of those things that people don't think about. You never asked this question. Nobody's ever asked you this before. I guarantee it. When you're bitching and moaning, complaining about something that you can't afford, I guarantee that someone hasn't said, well, have you ever thought about getting rid of something that may not necessarily be a priority and putting that money towards the priority? Like, let's see what Michelle just said. It is absolutely all about perspective and priority. Like, that's the thing. If this thing that you're bitching and moaning and complaining about is a priority to you, you'll figure it out. And I guarantee you that having perfect fingernails every single day that a professional did for you will not be even close to as important as the priority that means something to you. You know, but if it's just an excuse for you to have something to bitch about, nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear you bitch. So think about that next time before you guys go out there and complain about what you don't have the funds for. It's just really, really on my head, and I couldn't help but say it, and that is one of my number one pet peeves. And it almost sounds a little bitchy when I say it, and I get that, but it's just the truth. I've always said that. I cannot handle that. It drives me bonkers. So, anyways, guys. Oh, hold on, let's see. If it was all taken away, the frivolous things would fade away and the necessities would seem like a luxury. Absolutely, Christopher, you're so right. And again, to each their own. Our luxury is one, to me, a luxury is going to a coffee shop and getting a nice coffee. You know, I like to do that for myself because I choose to. You know what I mean? Everybody, a luxury is different to them, but if I was complaining about money, I wouldn't be going to Starbucks and spending $4 on a coffee. You know what I'm saying? Like, no freaking way. Let's see. Christina, negative thinking can paralyze you and stop you from moving forward. P.S. I do love my nails. Absolutely. And Christina, to each their own. But if you had to choose between the money you spent on your fingernails and the money that you spent on your business coach, because I know you hired a coach recently, if it comes down to that, I mean, that's a decision. Where the hell are your priorities? You know what I mean? And I'm not, like, throwing that out on you, but I'm just saying, like, that's what I'm getting at. So you guys are all awesome. Thank you so much for watching my little rant here. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and share the video with anyone that you think would agree or like this topic. I'll talk to you guys all later. Enjoy your night. See ya.